Boom. And Creole says
Oh,
we are live. What
what?
is up, everybody? Let's see. Of
Who
course,
we got out on a big Friday night, Stan?
we got our regular crowd out there. Same cast of crazy characters that are always in. Uh, there's a bunch of other lives and stuff happening, so we're gonna start out a little slow and give people a chance. I know Mark was doing some things, and Palmetto was live, and he's gonna be sending people over when his show is done. But of course, we got our avids out there. 351 Cleveland. Robert James, always great to see you. Thomas Littlepage, how's it going tonight, my friend? Avid. Judy Booty. Boom, Judy Booty in the house. Appreciate you coming in, brother. There's my fishing sister from another Mr. Fishing chick, Lisa. You did a great job on the knot tying contest. It's tough. I tell you what, when you're not used to doing lives and the first thing that you do is a contest like that, you know me, I'm used to talking and used to seeing that camera, but even doing that, you get to start trying and your fingers don't work and you get a little behind and so it's she did a great job there. Let's see where I left off. Who's that after Fishing Chick?
Our brother Fishing with the Chad has joined us. What's happening, Chad? I see Mr. Tim Molina. Justin's Fishing Fetish. What's going on? Uncle Lou. What's happening, Lee? Good to see you, brother. Congrats on the boat, by the way. That's a good-looking rig you got. He can go chase them now. See who else we got. Mr. Austin, Mr. Dave Garcher. I see Patriot. What's going on, brother? Miss Mindy Hogan. I see Darla P. City. Country Boy. We got a good little crowd.
Awesome.
Keep on rolling. Well, Stan, you know me. We've been talking for the past couple of hours, and I have to introduce the guests we have tonight. This fella right here, this fella right there, that good-looking fella right there. He is the inspiration that I started my YouTube channel. Local fisherman, Louisiana, fishes the same waters I do. Y'all just think I catch big fish. This dude right here got it going on.
Oh, man.
John Bisco, Father Slime. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I can't see the comments, but I'm happy to be here.
If there's questions, I'll shout them out to you.
I got you. Man, anything to do with Louisiana, I'm about it. And we've talked about it, man. We got the same goals in mind. We want to put Louisiana on the map for the biggest catfish in the country.
That's right.
I know they're here. We just got to get them.
There's a comment for you, Creole.
Yeah, I didn't even tell John that, but this is actually you can call it finale on this show. This is my last show as the co-host of this show. So I'm going out with a bang. This is gonna be a good one.
Where are you going, bro?
Oh, not going anywhere. I think with the new job and the work schedule, that I won't be able to commit to do this show every Friday night like we've been. So I'm gonna let Stan roll with the show. I'm gonna pop in when I can, and we'll just see where it takes me. You know what I mean? So I know, John. The first things that everybody in the community kind of wants to know is, you and I know where you fish, but just tell the people in chat where you from, where you fish. Everybody wants to know the PBs.
I got you.
All right. For you to say your PBs on camera, because I know what's coming.
I got you.
So
I live in New Roads, Louisiana, and I fish from just a little bit south of Baton Rouge in the Mississippi, all the way up to around Simsport and in the Red River, a little bit in Chapelai, but mainly in the Mississippi and the Red, and in our little spots, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But, I stay up around Simsport because I have a camp up there, and this it's about an hour and a half drive from the house. And once you're up there and you fish all night, you kind of want to crash at the camp. So just for convenience, I stay up there, and they got some monsters up there. I mean, you know it.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, that's where our bait's at, too. We can catch our bait right there and the fish right there, too. So that's why I like it so much, you know. But I've caught some big ones up there. And
why don't you tell us about your personal bests on those fish? Tell us about some.
Well, my biggest blue up there was 106. It is, I believe it's the number 3. Is it a number 3 or number 4 in the state on rod and reel? I've caught the number 4 flathead in the state rod and reel, but I released the number 3. I luckily I got it on camera, but it wouldn't survive the trip to Baton Rouge to be certified, so I released it back. And but I did get it on camera, which was 63 pounds. And, but I got a couple 50s, that 157 and a 63-pound flathead up there, all out of the Red River. So yeah, they got them up there, and they got them bigger. I mean, you see the guys that snag and the guys that do a commercial fishing up there, they got some a lot bigger than that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I ever since I started filming, I've basically been preaching Louisiana gospel here, saying, man, I'm telling y'all, the big ones are here. I felt that besides you and I, Louisiana was underrepresented, and I've just been on that mission ever since. And I know you have too. You and I have the same goals of putting names in the record books and just showing the world what kind of monsters we got.
Yeah, and it's not, and it's in my mind. I mean, yes, it'd be cool to catch the state record or a world record or whatever and have your name by it, but it's not just that. Like, I'm thinking state right now, but you got the same goal as I do. Like, we'd love to catch the next world record down here. You know what I'm saying? And to put Louisiana next to the world record spot. You know,
they're down there. They are
for sure. And you got a lot of people don't know that. If people from across the country don't realize how much commercial fishing is down here, and like the limb lines, you know, everyday guy. And you know, if that's your thing, that's your thing. There's nothing wrong. It's a legal way to catch them, but just the amount of monster fish that are caught out of this river every day that people don't even post or say anything about because they see them every day.
Yeah,
would make national news in other states because they don't see them like that.
Yeah, that's right. I've said the same thing before. That in the old days, you go to the gas station and you had the pictures of the deer and the fish on the wall.
Right.
Or here, if it's not a triple-digit fish, you ain't getting your picture put on that wall.
Right.
We're blessed to have that right here.
You pull up if you can pull up next to a commercial fisherman these days that's been doing it a long time, and if you can impress them with the size of a catfish, you've done something.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they've seen 100-pound plus fish all the time. It's no big deal to them. Yeah,
exactly. So what about, like I said, tell the people in chat about, kind of your basic setup, boat, rod, gear, rigs, style,
All right. So the boat that I run, it's a Go Devil hull boat, and it's kind of on the small side for fishing in the river, but I do everything from frogging, duck hunting, deer hunting, jugging, and fishing in the river. It's a 1656, I believe what it is. Mm-hmm. And it's got a gator tail surface drive motor onto it. And I got it decked out. It took a couple years to get the way I want it. It's about how I like it now. It's got a bunch of monster rod holders onto it and a bunch of lights and all. And I made the middle section of live well that held that 106-pound fish and kept them alive for about 9 hours while we were getting the weight and everything. So it did its job. The rods I use, Big Cat Fever rods, medium heavies, and I use a pretty good assortment of different reels between the ambassadors and the pins and stuff like that, but I like them big reels because they hold a lot of line, but yeah.
All right, just cut in. Father Slime's link, like always, is out in the description. Anytime we have a guest, always check the description. Their link is out there. So y'all do me a favor and make sure we hit that link. Y'all gonna see some amazing fish over there, and he's gonna have a bunch more stuff coming out. So let's do that. If anybody could share it out on Facebook, we want to try to get some people in here. We're up to 52 awesome people already. A bunch more people kept coming in. We got Fishing UK, Glasgow, Fishing the Mid-South, James Allball, Mark, Catfishing Crappie. How you doing tonight?
Oh, Mark.
What's up? Dobson's in the house. Hilljack Catfishing. My good friend Austin Dieters, who is going to be, he's going to be my partner tomorrow in the Glizzy Masters. So taking a Taking local fishermen out here with me tomorrow. Stand 3 is out of town, so opened up a spot, so that's going to be good. Mike Turner, Bullock Experience, Catfish and Pappy, Roger Anderson, great to see you, my friend. George Ray. So we across the pond already. We got multiple UK guys in. Always great to see you, Maurice. Thank you for coming in. It just keeps going and going. And
I see my Roger in the chat.
Did either one of y'all hear about the catfish tournaments in North Louisiana? I think it's coming up. Did y'all hear anything about that? Around Shreveport, I believe it's in Shreveport. Some big tournament trails coming to Shreveport in the next month or so.
Ooh, hey, you know what?
I'm not much on the tournament fishing, but I wouldn't mind doing it, being as kind of local. It's on the Red River. It goes up through Shreveport, I believe.
So I'm assuming they're fishing, let's say, above Lock and Dam 5. Then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking. I may have to drag that big old barge I got up there.
The first thing I thought when I heard about it was I was like, man, we ought to team up and go up there and hit that.
See, we do think alike.
We find out when it is and go up there and do a pre-fishing or something. See if we can kind of find the area because I ain't never fished up that far. So.
No, me either. I've only catfished like the same waters you do, like around. I've never really been anywhere else.
It's hard to leave it, man. We can do everything we want to do right there. It's hard to leave it.
Oh, I know. I did have a question for you in chat, and I'm going to read it to you because I know you're going to laugh. Let's see. I got to go back and find it. Oh, okay. Fishing the Mid-South asks, what is your favorite type of glizzy to use as bait?
Glizzy.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, exactly what I thought you would say, because I didn't know what glizzy was either until like a few weeks ago. Apparently, a glizzy is like any type of sausage or hot dog or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a fish.
No, the only time I have hot dog and sausage on the boat, bro, is in the cooler, and that's for my belly, man.
Hey, that's why I love you, right there. That's why I love you.
Yeah,
I have the same look that I had the first time I heard it.
I was like, man, I must be behind the times. I don't know what a glizzy is, bro.
No, you're about 2 weeks behind me, so no, you're good. So speaking of bait,
all right,
baits that you use, what do you like to throw in the water?
Man, 100% above everything is fresh skipjack. If you can pull skipjack out the water and put it on the hook and have it still twitching and bloody how it is fresh, it's the best. Number 2, up until this year, it was frozen skipjack right behind it. I mean, I would frozen skipjack would always outproduce fresh shad, always for me.
Same for me.
This year, for whatever reason, I would refish the skipjack. They were there, but they weren't there like they normally are. And I caught a lot of good fish on fresh shad over top of frozen. But I'm still putting frozen skip over top of shad. Because in the summertime when you're bumping, frozen still outproduces shad.
Yeah, I have the same experience too. Shad, and shad is way down on the list for me.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say. I mean, up until this year's just been a freak. But up until this year, I would even put fresh cut brim, any kind of other fresh cut white bass. White bass was pretty good too. I put that right down below frozen skip, like it's right below it. But cut white bass and cut brim, and then fresh shad.
Yeah,
I
got you. What? Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
All right.
What? Because I don't think you even know this about me, so I'm gonna put you on the spot.
All right.
What is your standpoint on the whole Jello chicken craze? That's kind of,
you know what? I would always roll my eyes when I seen somebody do that. I'm like, man, you got free bait in the river to throw a cast net, but man, they've been catching fish on it.
Yeah.
Some people catch fish on it, and like I always say, I'm like, yeah, you might catch some small channels on that stuff, but you ain't never catch something else. But that's not true either. They've been catching some good fish. So, hey, if it's working for you, go for it. But I'm not going to do it, man, because if I got chicken breast, bro, I'm frying it.
I hear you. I know for me, I've kind of said it for a long time that if you're going to bring what I call a plan B bait with you in case you can't get anything, chicken's not a bad one to bring. Chicken has won me a tournament. It did win me a tournament, but in our area, it is a shallow water, small fish bait.
Yeah.
Like you want to go, and I know you know where I'm talking about. If you want to go to the new structure, the auxiliary, and go catch a bunch to go eat, bring you some chicken.
I got you.
It'll actually outfish that fresh slicker.
Come on.
I would not have believed it if I hadn't seen it for myself.
That's what you put the Jello stuff on it too. Or you just go chicken.
Nope. I do the whole thing. I do the strawberry Jello, garlic powder, the whole thing. Hey,
you know what? I got a buddy. I got a buddy of mine that I mean, he don't really rod and reel fish for him, but he hangs lines. And he swore to me for the last 5 years or so that garlic hot dogs catch more than anything else he's ever used. And I was like, man, you crazy. But I don't know.
A little tidbit for the Glizzy tournament there, Stan.
That's right. I got mine soaking in garlic. So
hey, you better watch. You go give away your secrets.
Hey, you know what? When you got confidence, open, even playing field. I don't need nothing ahead of anybody else.
What I'm waiting for is for somebody to take like a 12-inch long piece of sausage and like with a double hook rig.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, but for those that don't know, the Glizzy, this is all in a fun tournament. You can use your regular baits, you can use everything, but you get double points and double weight for any fish caught on the Glizzy, the hot dog. So that's why it's kind of you can do whatever you want, but it's kind of, you got a strategy to use in there also. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And at the end of this, don't forget about that hot dog eating contest. I was built for that.
That's what
I think between the three of us, we could probably put a hurting on some hot dogs.
Oh yeah, I promise you I can do that. That's something I feel I'm a little more competitive with. My God. So what got you, like, how about your background in fishing, John? What kind of got you started, growing up and the journey to being a trophy catfish?
Okay. All right. So I've been, just like everybody else, I've been fishing my whole life with my dad. And my dad is a big, we call him rockfish in Maryland, but he's a striper fisherman in Maryland. Like a big striper fisherman.
Okay.
1 year they put a restriction on, as when I was a teenager, put a restriction on how many striper you could keep, whatever. So he got into wanting to go to the Rappahannock River in Virginia and catch big blue cats. And we spent a whole year over there trying to get into some big catfish, and we never caught one over about 15 pounds. And it was the first time I ever saw my dad set out to do anything and not succeed at it, And so it put it in me bad to get after them big catfish,
I got you.
And so I've been after it ever since. And it's just up until the last, what, I don't know, 8 years maybe. Nobody really went after them like they do now.
No. No. And
there's always been commercial fishermen, but not like rod and reel like what we're doing now,
Yeah. And I find even in our area, it's not nearly like in other parts of the country.
Right. It's still not. I mean, you'll see some people out there catching some eaters, but nobody anchors up the way we do and try to catch trophies.
No.
And most of the people in our area, they see us throw a 15, 20 pound flathead back. They're like, they want to cut you,
My dad.
I got somebody potters. They call me. They're like, bro, I just saw you on camera release that flathead. What's wrong with you, man?
I'm telling you, I get the same reaction, and I know you keep up with all the YouTube stuff like we all do, but it's CPR, catch, photo, release. Yeah. There's not any CPR cat fishermen in Louisiana.
No,
I can count them on one hand. And we're
the only reason why they release them is that the cooler's full.
Yeah. That's that. But as funny as it is, I've been talking to a lot of the commercial guys, and I haven't quite figured out why they're starting to put back those really big catfish, because people aren't buying them like they used to. Yeah, I think they're figuring out there's too much waste in the. They're starting to now. Keep in mind, they're still keeping some pretty big ones if you average out across the country. But like a blue, I think over 30 or so, they're putting it back.
Yeah,
which is great for us.
I'm telling you, like, I got nothing. People are gonna take this the wrong way. I got nothing against commercial fishermen making a living. No, at all, zero. You know, it's been around forever. But just think about if they could take. I'm not saying do it, but just imagine if they took 10 years off in Louisiana for commercial fishing and hoop netting. Ooh. Think about how crazy the catfishing would be here in 10 years.
Yeah, man. I never thought about it like that, but yeah, because you and I see what comes out of there.
Man, I've seen boats full with 3,000 plus pounds of catfish. Oh, you know, and that's a regular thing.
Well, here's you brought up a point, and Creole did too. First of all, we're up to 63 awesome, amazing people watching. Appreciate y'all being out there. Again, Father Slime's link is out in the description. Y'all, please hit that link up. We're trying to get him up. It would be great if we could get him to 400 tonight. Hallelujah. That'd be amazing. Trying to really build, you know, Creole's mission has been, and he said since day one about how he believes that he fishes the best waters in the country. And arguably he's right. And it's funny that you're bringing up the waters here. I currently live here in Virginia. And I fished the James River and the Rappahannock and the Appomattox, and so it's funny how, you know, things will always seem to go around. But yeah, if y'all hit that link, it's out there. We want to try to get them. We'd love to get them to 400. That would be awesome. But you will see some good catfishing out there. Yes. And a lot of us feel the same way that you do with the commercial fishing. We don't have things against them, but just imagine if we could get it so that they would release, like, say, above the 20-pound mark. They still making a living. We're still getting the big gene, you know, the fish with the best genes are the ones that are going to be putting back in, the best breeder fish. So after a while, you know, that gene, by taking the smaller ones out, they'll be weeding out the smaller genetic fish. So, you know, that's I think we could all agree upon that. But like you said, they got to make a living too, and we understand that.
Yeah, and I notice in our area that you get to know the commercial guys. And I know I have this experience with them, and I'm sure, John, you're the same way. That they know that we are not after to take anything they got. That we're just catch big fish. That's it. And they are actually extremely helpful. I've gotten bait from them. Don't want $1 for it. Many times they'll tell me, "Hey, we've been catching some big ones," or give tips on how to catch big ones, because they know we're not after anything they got. So they're extremely nice, extremely helpful for, you know, in my experience.
They've saved me on bait. There's been a lot of times where I've just been busy at work and I couldn't get up there to make a bait run, and I pulled up there when the slicker or thick, and you know, I give them $20 for beer money, or I'll go, you know, $20 for whatever, and they'll fill the ice chest up for you, and you're good for the rest of the year, you know.
Yeah, which that right there is complete insanity to some people that live, let's say, in the Ohio, Kentucky, and all that area, where they got bait shops charging them $5 a piece.
Yeah.
For the big ones.
Those people, this year was not a good example of it, but like, say, last year, if you put up on the commercial boys and seeing those 23-foot work boats filled to the top with slicker, I'm talking about 1 pound slicker, each one of them. Yep. To the top. These guys are standing on top of piles of slicker, dipping more out of the river. And there's about 10 of them boats out there, one after another, and they all pull up to the boat launch. I mean, you're talking 2,000 plus pounds of slicker in each one, you know. And a lot of people don't know we're talking about skipjack when you say slicker. That's what we call them down here.
They've heard me say it enough times.
I got you.
I've got them trained.
I got you. Because a lot of people, I'm like, slicker, and they're like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about, man. But it's the same way. If you go into commercial boys and you say, y'all got any skipjack? They're like, I don't know what you're talking about, boy. We got skip. Yeah. We got slicker, you know? Yeah.
I actually, like when I first got into the trophy catfishing, you know, I kind of picked it up on YouTube, you know, heck, watching your videos, kind of started picking up on everything. It took me about a year to figure out that a slicker and a skipjack was the same thing.
Yeah.
It really is. I thought it was two different fish.
Yeah. I used, man, my thing was brim. I used brim more than anything, just brim and white bass. And then you watched me, but I watched Steve Douglas.
Me too.
And when I seen him on there catching them slicker on there, them skipjack on there, I said, man, I feel like I've seen these over here around. Whenever you're catching bar fish, usually you're catching a few slicker here. And I was like, man, I didn't know things were good for bait until I got one and cut it open and seen how much blood was in it. And I was like, wow, this thing here is going to be good. I even think them, you go into marsh and you catch them white trout, like by the hundreds. I bet even them were good for catfish. So the boys that live down there that fish that mouth of Chapter, they probably use them for bait too. Yeah,
they use that, and believe it or not, they use really, really big shrimp.
Shrimp?
They catch a lot of big catfish on really. I got a good buddy of mine that fishes down in Manchac, like the real South Louisiana area.
Yeah.
Up on, I'm talking like big old shrimp, like 6.
The boy you talking about, he ain't a big boy, is he? Is it Bill Stelly? Oh, okay. There's another boy named Bill Stelly that fishes down there. You know him?
Who's that?
Bill Stelly.
I have heard the name. I think I know who you're talking.
Man, he's hard to understand, but he's got enough thick accents, bro.
Oh yeah, I know. I yeah. And I tend to tone mine down a little bit.
Yeah.
Not, but anyway.
But he gets into some bull shark down there. In the mouth.
Yep.
And man, when them things hit, I'm talking about strip and drag. It's I can't wait to get down there and fish with them and try to get into one of them.
Now, supposedly, we got them right here in our area.
Have you? You heard people catch them before?
I have not seen one for myself, but you start talking to the commercial guys, they talk about it like it's no big deal.
Damn. Up where we fish at?
Right there in Simsport.
Damn.
Yeah, right there in Simsport. Believe it or not, this past summer when the water was so low in the river, a good friend of mine was catching flounder under the Simsport Bridge.
Get out of here, man.
I saw it for myself.
Damn.
Yep.
That's wow.
They come because I know from the Simsport Bridge, it's I think 160 miles to the mouth of the Gulf.
Yeah.
Not that far. Man. Go figure.
And that fast moving fresh water. Well, in the summertime, it ain't moving too fast.
No. That's slow during especially this summer.
Yeah.
Who else we got to hang around in chat, Stan? I've been seeing you giving the peace to everybody.
gotta keep chat going out there. Dan's Creations came in. He's working on he's doing the trophy for the Glizzy Masters tomorrow. We got Robert James came in. I think we said hello to Hilljack already. Georgia Fisherman, Mark Catfish and Crappie, Kelly, Muskrat Adventures. I think I missed him before. What's up, Roger? Roger Anderson is in. There's Roger Brown. Boy, isn't it funny how the names, like first there was all the Mikes, now we got a bunch of Rogers and Chads are popping up. Yep. George Ray, please share with all your social media platforms. Yes, always appreciate that. Big Slim in the house. I saw somebody before had asked if we could do a moment of silence, and we'll do that. You want to do that now, or you want to do it towards the end of the show?
But hey, how about we do one now and we do one at the end of the show?
All right. So we're just going to do a quick second of silence here and in memorial. All right. Thank you. That was Fish and Chick had asked about that before. So God bless all of our countries. We've got some good friends in here from the UK that are in, and one of the most selfless things you can do is give your life for your country. So
absolutely.
Much love for that. So we got Mo Barrett in the house, Big Slim, Avid, just a bunch of people, Justin's Fishing Fetish. So anyways,
so there John, we go. How about merchandise? Anything that you're putting out that maybe these people might want to know about and get their hands on?
Oh man, it's not fishing related. But I do have a business, a small business that I run on the side. Matter of fact, I can probably grab a couple of them right now if you don't mind me jumping off camera for 2 seconds.
Yeah, go grab them. We'll keep up with chat for just a second.
All right.
Muskrat's going to be back after the crappie tomorrow. He had a great live the other night. I was watching him and Justin out there. If you don't watch Roger and think that you're out fishing with your friend,
I know.
The busting bananas back and forth, and Justin saying that he put him in the bad spot of the boat, and the cotton. That's just that's being in the boat. That's fishing with your buddies right there. So
it is without a doubt.
All right.
Oh, that's right. You got another fellow John Boy's catfishing
from the Monroe area.
We call it in Mississippi River for sure. Well, I agree with you. All right. Well, you don't mind me doing a pitch, huh?
Oh, hey, this is your show, brother. Take it away.
All right. So what we got is I came up with this bandana. So you got this. I see you got this hippie rag going on here, huh? And so to keep the hair out of my face, I always wore bandanas, but I hate tying them in the wind because it always get up in your hair, you know. So one day I made my own and I put elastic into it to where it would just slip over your head like a headband, but it was still made out of bandana material, you know. And so I came up with these. And so what it is it's pre-folded, pre-stitched. The knot stitch, you never have to tie it, you never have to fold it. It comes out the package like this and it's stretchy, one size fits all.
That is cool.
And I got it in a bunch of different colors. And all kinds of different colors like that there. And it's got eagles with mullets on it. You know, it's got stuff for the ladies. You know, it's got Hawaiian floral AR-15s in it. You know, and it's just easy to just slip it on. It's done.
Which I will have you know, if you remember the first time I actually met you in person on the river, that's how I recognized you. Right?
Come on.
And that pro tribe, I said, "Oh, I know who."
Yep.
We
man.
Yeah.
Every time I go fishing, I always have somebody message me like, "Man, you up in Three Rivers? I can hear your boat."
Oh, that thing is loud.
Yeah.
Like I can hear you when you leave the landing and come around the point. Like now, I learned to listen for it now.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, it sings.
Before you see it, but I can hear it.
Yeah, it's got we put a little work into it, but
a little, huh?
Just a little bit.
How fast that boat will run with that pro drive on?
It's a gator tail. It'll run.
Gator tail. That's right.
Yeah. With the prop. So the prop I have on it is a 2-blade prop, so I can carry a load good. So if I put a 3-blade and I'm just running just with me and a fishing load, it'll probably bump 40.
Ooh.
And that's in deep water. So if I got on a flat, it might hit 42 or so on like a mud flat. But the 2-blade that I got, it runs between 37, 38 with me and a fish load. But I can put the good thing about that motor is it carries a load really well with that prop. So I can put. I've had 4 people in there, a dog, decoys, duck blind, food, grill, 2 batteries, 2 gas tanks. You know, all the stuff to go hunting with.
Yeah,
and we were still running 26.
Wow.
So I mean that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
And keep in mind, with a normal load, you're running the speed I'm running with twice. I got twice the horsepower.
Yeah, but you're better on gas and a lot more quiet too. You know.
Yeah, I can sneak in on somebody.
Right.
Here's some of the feedback about that. There, I like that, brother. I like it. I saw a couple other positive ones out there. That's awesome. So yeah, a lot of people.
I appreciate it. And you know, I got some people don't like the extra stuff, so I got plain black, and I also got camouflage for come hunting season. You know, I got all kinds of different colors.
Okay, we have a question out there.
What you got?
What we got?
Now, this is I've never seen him in streams. Can you tell us how he came about? So how'd you get started with your channel? What made you
That's to me?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Okay, all right. So the reason why I started doing the YouTube thing was two reasons. Was a lot of all of my family is up north. Yeah, I got Alaska, North Carolina, and Maryland. All my family's there, so they all want to see the kids. So I started posting little videos on my Facebook of just me fishing. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people were messaging me. They're like, "Man, I see you catching these fish. How you catching them? Whatever." So I was making little videos and sending them. And they're like, man, you ought to make a YouTube. You ought to make a YouTube. And so I did one, but you know how it goes in the beginning. You don't know what you're doing, you know, and it wasn't really a big thing yet. I mean, YouTube was big, but like a lot of people were doing a lot of fishing videos. So I just did it with my phone and it looked terrible. You know, the editing was terrible, whatever. And so I got more and more into it, and I went and bought a bunch of GoPros and a couple cameras and some software to actually edit it. And it's turning out better. It's a lot of work by yourself. You know, you got to set the boat up. You got to fish. You got to watch the cameras, the battery life. Then you got to take the chips out and swap them. You got to get home and edit. If you fish with 2 cameras on and you fish 4 hours, that's 8 hours of footage you got to edit. You know, you miss takedowns. You got to, you know, it's a lot.
Yeah, and especially, you know, because like I said, I've watched all of your stuff 100 times, I promise.
Yeah.
And I noticed, and I've always wanted to ask you why, but you do probably more night fishing than you do during the day.
Yeah.
You do a lot of night fishing. I've always wanted to ask you if there was any particular reason why.
Well, there's the two main reasons is, one, because if it was summertime, I hate the heat. I ain't built for it. But the other one is I was working 6-7 days a week back then, and I would get off of work and I would drive from Baton Rouge up to Three Rivers and fish.
I got you.
And so I'd get up there if I didn't have bait already. Usually I would throw the cast net around work and catch bait and stuff, and then go up there and fish.
Okay.
And so I'd have no choice but to fish at night most times.
Ah, okay. Okay, so it's more of that's when you could fish.
Right.
That's when you would go. And
yeah,
you know, I've never attempted to film at night. That throws a whole other deal.
It takes a lot. You know, it's another thing that you have to carry. You got to carry light poles. You got to, you know, connections go back. Everything to do with the boat is pain. You know, so. I like fishing at night. When you got a slight wind, you know how bad it is to hear at night with any kind of lights on.
Yes.
Especially spring and summer. Another reason why I was doing a lot of fishing at night was whenever the river's high, you know how it is when the river's real high in spring, the gnats during the day. I would take the mosquitoes any day over the gnats, because you can turn a thermocell on for the mosquitoes. They're going to go away. But the gnats, you got to keep spraying the amber romance on to get them off you. You know?
In fact, my wife turned me on to this, and it's the only thing I've found that really helps. She bought some of that, like a really cheap, non-food grade, I guess, gallon of that vanilla extract.
Yeah.
Dude, that will keep them gnats away. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah. I keep 2 little spray bottles in my boat at all times. You go smell like a batch of cookies.
Yeah.
You know, which doesn't help people like.
Yeah.
But it was.
You were asking why he fishes at night. Mark from Catfish and Crappie has the answer for that. He's that people who night fish are just cooler, man.
I'm not going to argue that at all.
Oh man, night fishing is the best way in summer. Now I know, Creole, you've said that you've catch, and it's funny how, you know, there's similarities across the country, but then there's those differences too. You've said where you catch your fish in best during like the daytime sometimes, and which goes against what other parts of the country are doing.
And I don't know if it's just me. I don't know what it is. I have never once caught a fish over 40 pounds before 8 o'clock in the morning. Never done it. My biggest fish come in the middle of the day at 1 o'clock. I don't know what it is.
One of my best days fishing, it was chaos because it was just me and I was trying to run the camera and all of them were dying. But I caught, no exaggeration, I caught over 40 fish, all over 30 pounds.
Oh,
it was
Wow.
it was in our spot. You know what I'm talking about? By the auxiliary. Okay. Oh, my bad. But, you know what I'm talking about. What it was, I went out that morning at dark 30, and I caught a few here and there, and I was fishing up by the other lock, and then I went down to the Red River, the mouth, and I caught a few there, and it looked like rain was coming. So I came back in closer to the launch, and I just said, I'm going to anchor up here. We're going to give it a try. Well, it was hot as anything. Gnats were awful, but then that cool breeze rolled in from that rain.
Yep.
I could not keep more than 3 rods out.
Really?
It was one. I would be reeling one end, both rods going down same time. And at one time, I had 14 fish in the bottom of the boat. And I've never since then I've never had it like that. And I think it was. And I've always done good as rain's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And like it would sprinkle, rods would go down. It would stop raining, no bite. And then as soon as it started raining, just drizzle, rods go down. So something to do with that pressure. So fish in the middle of the day, I don't see no problem with it, but I feel like that pressure plays a big deal with them catfish too.
Yeah, it's one of those strange things that, you know, after just trip after trip after trip, I just started noticing, like, man, we don't catch nothing early. And it's almost like the later in the day, the bigger, now the bite slows down, but the quality goes up. That's all with knife is to catch a bunch of eaters. Oh, yeah, be there at daylight. Yeah. You're going to slam them. Now, here's another question I'm going to ask you. And look, you've been on that river longer than me doing this. I want to see if you've noticed the same thing that I've noticed. And a couple people in chat are going to smile when I ask this because they know what I preach on. Garfish. How do you relate the garfish to the catfish?
Man, they are my nemesis.
Really?
Man, I despise the garfish so bad. Mainly because in the summertime, I like going after them flathead at night.
Okay.
And I love live line and brim for flathead, but you cannot, in the Red River, you cannot get them past the gar. And they're not even monsters. They're, you know, talking about 3-4 footers. Yeah. And it's just every cast. But so the gar, I can't really relate it to, like, are you saying like if there's a lot of gar in the area, there's a lot of catfish in the area? Is that what you're saying?
That's I've been working on this theory for a while, and it jumps out at, and that's my thing now.
If I had any stance at all on it, I want to say that if there's a lot of gar in the area, there's no catfish, but I don't know. I haven't really put much research in that, but I will throw one at you real quick.
Okay.
I have marked a lot of. You know how we can mark them jumping carp, them Asian carp, by the thousands, and our Asian carp are 30 pounds plus.
Yeah, they are.
So it's hard to distinguish because they show up purple and red on the depth finder, just like a catfish does. Yeah. And so you think you're loaded up. But I've marked them knowing that they're jumping carp and just couldn't mark any other fish. So I anchored them over, and I've caught good catfish mixed in there with them.
I haven't caught any really nice. I haven't caught any nice fish mixed in with the Asian carp. I've caught them near them, but not, let's say, right by them.
Yeah.
Now, okay, you see, and here goes Chunky. I think he's on to what I'm talking about.
I got you.
I have noticed, and I'm talking every time we get on fish 30 pounds or more, is because I'm fishing behind some gar.
Behind them, like, were they coming up? You seen some gar coming up? You talking about? And then
like basically seeing big gar bust the surface. They're feeding. Yeah. I'm not fishing in them, but let's say I throw my anchor in them and I back up about 100 foot and I'm fishing behind them.
Yeah,
that's almost a guaranteed catch a nice fish situation for me.
It makes sense though, because if they're up there busting them shad up, you know, they're teethy and they shred their stuff. So all that stuff's going down river. So they're going to be anchored up down there behind them. It makes sense.
So see, my theory is that gar injure a lot of fish. Because look, how many times have you and I been catching slicker and half of them you catch are tore up? They got small.
Oh, I agree with that.
Those catfish are just downstream picking off the stragglers.
That makes sense.
If I'm getting gar bites, I'll let about 100 foot of rope out. Behind them. It's something, and I noticed it in my fishing. To me, it was so obvious. I just couldn't ignore it anymore. That when I had gar busting around my anchor rope, I was catching nice fish. In fact, when we went bumping last weekend, you know, you know what I'm talking about. We always bump on the north side. But for some reason, there was no gar busting there. They started busting on the south side. So we weren't getting no bites on the north side. Moved to the south side, doubled up 3 times.
Damn.
No, wasn't nothing real big, you know, because they're starting to spawn right now.
Let me ask you. Go ahead.
But I moved I followed the gar,
Right.
and I found the bite, and I started getting on fish.
I got a question for you, and I'm gonna keep it kind of code so nobody can tell what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But when you're bumping through there, how close you staying to the shoreline?
That depends on how high the water is.
Yeah.
That actually, let me correct myself. It does not depend on how high it is, but I want to know if that river's on a rise or a fall. If it's on a rise, I get pretty close.
Gotcha.
I get pretty close. If that river's falling, I tend to come out more where the main channel is.
You talking about around 15 to 18 feet, or are you going out deeper than that?
Oh no, I'm going way deeper than that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm deep.
I was probably doing 30, 40 yards off the bank, but I was in about 30 foot of water. And even in that main channel, unless you go right up against the, the area, you come back. It was only 30 something foot all the way down that center until you get to the mouth of that entrance. You ever grafted the mouth of that entrance any?
Yep.
It's deep out there.
I got the whole thing mapped from the beginning to the end.
That thing is deep out there, bro.
Yeah, it's right now where you're getting towards the mouth, it's 76 feet.
I've caught some good fish in that hole too.
Mm-hmm. We got
that current strong right there though.
What we got going on in chat, Stan?
Appreciate you, Mark. Thank you, Catfish and Crappie. We got all kinds of great stuff. Always, you know how chat is. It's it wouldn't be a show without the chat, because honestly, that is why we're able to sit up here and talk and do these things, because it's easy when you've got the people that we have that watch us. It's with this audience, it's just they make it really easy to do this. Got some more great people come in. Downtown Ernie Brown. Of course, we still got Avid in here. Avid's trying to get Avid's just a few away from hitting 700, so that would be awesome if we could get Avid to 700. Love to see that happen. Avid does do a lot to try to help the newer channels just coming in, and that may be a somewhere for a future guest for Avid there. So
hopefully it's been my goal ever since, because John, I've been telling you, buddy, we're gonna reintroduce you to the world. Hopefully this is only the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I know you took a little hiatus from YouTube, about a year. Right about when I started filming is when you stopped filming, and I was very heartbroken. I want you to know, very heartbroken. But now that you're back in the game, like I said, between me and you, brother, we gonna show them what Louisiana's all about.
We need to team up, man, for sure. And like, I think it would help both of us to team up, just because it's so much work by yourself. Between running the cameras, netting the fish, all that by yourself is a lot,
And
so
not only that, but having someone else in the boat that's kind of familiar with the film.
Right.
We need to do.
Yeah.
Need to do
I always got kids with me, bro. So it's
me too. Hey, I've either got my kids or something like that.
My hairline goes back farther and farther each year when I fish with 3 kids in the boat. It's good, but it's also bad sometimes.
Oh, look, I know it. And my youngest, he loves like doing video stuff of his own, being on camera and stuff. But he plays with my cameras.
Oh man,
I don't know how many times I've got back home and an entire hour strip has no sound because he hit the shoot button. I don't know how many times that's happened to me.
I've got so many videos where I took the kids, and I'm like, man, it's gonna be a good video. We're gonna catch some fish, have the kids, it's gonna be awesome, and reeling some fish. And I get the same thing. I get back to edit it, and all you see is this. My kids are putting their fingers in the camera, or you got like an eyeball in it, like this. Man.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, well, I tend to do that too, because I'm getting old and these eyes can't read anymore. So whenever you see this, that's me trying to read what somebody put up there.
There you go. Roger agrees with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I noticed. It was just staring me in the face, and when I started kind of making a pattern out of it, I'm telling you, and now big gar, I'll say that. Not them little Beck fans that are 2 foot.
Yeah.
The big one. When you see them big ones rolling, throw your anchor in them and back up.
When we get off of this, if you can remember to message me, because we can test that theory. Because I got a spot on the red. After the rain comes, this little slough feeds into the Red River.
Okay.
And the big gar will be boiling, eating them shad coming out of the back. I'm talking about boiling. And it drops off into the channel right past where it comes out. It drops off to about 50-something foot deep in the springtime. So I think we could probably, if we could get set up right and anchor right in there, you could probably do good.
Now you know what's going to happen. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to put you in that boat. And I'm going to start using that spot lock. It's going to spoil you rotten.
Don't do it to me, bro.
It's going to spoil you.
I can't afford it, man.
Neither can I. I did it anyway.
Well, hey, there's an open invitation. The Bullock Experience. Kelly Bullock does a show Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and it's what's in your tackle. He does a great job with that show. So there's an open invitation to any one of us could be a guest on the show anytime. Just let them know. So that's awesome.
What
There you go.
rigs you like to use, John?
What's that?
I said, what are some of the rigs that you like to use?
Other than bumping and dragging, they stay pretty much the same. It's just I use a sinker slide, rubber bead, big barrel swivel, and I use about a 2-foot leader line. It's made by STANimal, and it's at 80-pound leader line.
Same one I use. Yep.
And then I was using 10-aught, but then Dale's Tackle came out with a 12-aught, so I've been using a 12-aught circle.
Yeah.
You got to keep it in Louisiana, bro. Dale's in Louisiana, so.
I love me some Dale's 12s, boy. Big old nasty hooks. I love them.
Let me see.
Yeah, we'll have us a little show and tell if we can. Everybody loves that.
Yeah, let me see if I can back this up a little. You might be able to see me here.
Oh, I like that. Is that a Kirby rig there? Yeah.
Kirby rig. So this is one of my bumping rigs. I don't have an actual bumping rod, but what I use is my old ugly sticks that I used to use because they're a lot lighter than my big cat fever. So not tear everything up in the room. So you got 3-way. I always use braid when I'm bumping too, just because you can feel the bottom a lot better. It's a lot more feedback, you know. So you got my 3-way. Got to about, I don't know, a little over a foot, 18 inches maybe, of light leader line. Now I think this is like 20-pound mono, and it goes to the sinker. Yeah. That way, and that way, if it gets hung up, because most times you're hung up on the sinker and anything, and you'll snap that off. You still got your hook and stuff, you know.
Yep.
So I got about a foot or so to another barrel swivel, and then about 2 foot with a Kirby float going to my 12-aught hook. And that's what I bump with there.
Okay. Now, when you bump it, you know, because you and I bump the same area.
Yeah.
It seems like in the videos that I'm watching that you're using a heavier weight and you're just about underneath the boat. Like your rig go way, way, way out the back.
So look all right, so what it is you're seeing me bumping with other people that don't generally bump. And so they don't know the feel yet of walking it back with your thumb and keeping the bail open.
I got you.
So they can only do it right beside the boat, which you can still catch fish, but you cover better water slower if you can slow the boat down and walk the bait back versus floating the boat over fast, you know?
Well, yeah, 100%.
But so, yeah, when you saw me bumping, I was using 8-ounce weight when I was bumping, which is a lot for bumping, you know? But it was just because, and I couldn't use, you know how it works. You got to have the speed right for the weight. And so I couldn't run a lightweight on myself and have them run an 8 and us both be okay. You know, my reel would be out of line before, you know, it hit the bottom. And so, but normally up there, I want to say I'm using no bigger than a 5. I want to say between a 5 or a 4. I walk pretty fast back, you know.
Yeah, depending on, I know lately they haven't been running it real hard.
Right.
I've been 3, but I've been slowing my boat down enough, and now I tend to walk my bait kind of far up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm walking it probably, I'll say 150 foot, 200 foot behind.
Whew. Boy, you earning them fish when you get them in.
That's what you call turning the trolling motor off.
That's it. Oh yeah, catching up to them. Man, I'll tell you what. I just started bumping like 3 years ago, and that's hard to beat.
Muskrat said that's not called bumping, that's called knocking.
Right? Knock them in the head with that 8-ounce weight.
Oh look, ever since I started bumping last year, this past fall, I finally got the confidence and I started bumping. And I had a couple of guys look, and they're probably here in the chat right now. They're gonna laugh at me, but they told me whenever you start bumping, it's gonna be hard to throw that anchor.
Oh, very.
My first fish bumping ever was a 48-pound blue.
Spoiled you.
Spoiled rotten.
Ruined. He's just ruined.
Man.
Next one after that was 53.
I can still remember the first time I went bumping. I actually blew my motor up that day, and
wow.
that was a big reason why I took a year off too, because I had to rebuild the motor. But I went south of Baton Rouge in the Mississippi River, and I had never fished down there, and I ran probably about 3 or 4 miles south of Baton Rouge in one of the turns, and I was bumping. I had marked some fish in about 90 foot of water on the inside of a turn in the river.
Wow.
And so what I would do is I would run upriver about 300-400 yards, get set up, and then I would bump down around that bend, and you'd walk from about 30 foot of water, and then would drop to 90, and somewhere in that slope dropping down would be fish. And the first time I caught one, man, I was like, man, I'm not doing something right. I'm not gonna catch it. And then I was like, you know, and it's like, oh man. And the rest of the day, I mean, I didn't catch no big ones. I think all of them were about 20 pounds or so, but it was so fun, you know.
When they hit, and it's like it almost scares you.
It does, yeah.
Like, oh, what in the world?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna hit it one of 2 ways. They're either gonna hit it and kind of go up, and then you're like, where's the bottom at? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, there he is. Or he's gonna rip the rod out of your hand. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, the first one I ever caught at 48, he chose option B. He did his best to rip that rod clean out of my hands.
Yeah.
The video don't show it, but he pulled it forward. I had to put my foot on my transfer. He hit that hard.
Yeah. Look, you use circle hooks when you're bumping, or you use J hooks?
All circle hooks. I don't use J hooks for anything.
I haven't had a problem with the circle hooks, but like, it does make more sense to use a J hook bumping because your natural reaction is going to be to set the hook.
If he's in chat, he may be, but Lyle Stokes, the godfather of YouTube catfishing, has Catfish Weekly. And look, you talking about an old veteran of catfishing right there. In fact, he owns Black Horse Custom Rods. That's live. Yeah. But he has bumped more probably in a year than we ever will in his life. And that's what he says. He loves those big, those Gamakatsu Big River, Big J hooks. Yeah. Because when one hits, your instinct is just to cross it out, you know.
I will tell you, I have noticed that bumping, I have caught a lot more fish in the meat in the corner versus actual hooked around good, like just a little skin. And I bet it's because they hadn't fully committed to it, and I just jerked it. Now I got lucky and caught them, but it's just barely in them. You know what I'm saying?
I've learned that, especially when the bite's a little bit slow, you can actually feel them on that spool, like swallowing it. It'll, I give them 3 bumps, and then I put the brakes on them, and usually there it sets them really good.
This is making me want to go fishing so bad. Just so you know.
Hey, that's what this show is all about. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready to go bumping right now.
Sunday. I'm just throwing it out there.
My Sunday?
Yes.
Oh man, I think I'm going Monday. I got company. I got my girlfriend here from Texas, and I got 2 friends coming from Texas tomorrow and tonight. I mean tomorrow and the next day. So, but I'm gonna try to sneak up here Monday. I got Lance Coco, the co-owner of Go Devil Manufacturing, coming with me on Monday.
Wow.
So we're gonna go.
If I'm done with my stuff at work early enough Monday, it might be mid-morning.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're going midday, early afternoonish, and then we're gonna be staying for a while.
I'll be looking for you. I'll recognize that truck. And
Yeah.
I'm drive now, buddy. I got you.
There was a question out there. What kind of rod do you like to bump with?
Is that to me?
Yeah.
What the ones I'm using is a medium heavy. It's just an old ugly stick. The Catfish rods they make. There's nothing fancy. I mean, there's definitely better rods out there. It's just what I had. It's a lot lighter than the Big Cat Fever rods that I use. Big Cat Fever makes an anchor rod. I just don't. I mean, not an anchor rod, but a bumping rod. But I just don't have one. And these aren't very sensitive. Like you want a stiff rod to get more sensitivity and feel a lot more out of it, you know. And this is what I have, so I make it work. And I've caught a lot of fish on them that done good for me, so I'll roll with it, you know.
Creole, you know how we are here at Two Stands Fishing. We had that. We are just full out with. We are just full out with the ugly sticks. So ugly stick catfish rods. They're hard to take it away.
I know it, man. Before the Big Cat Fever rod stuff started for me, I was all ugly stick, and the only problem I have with these cheaper ugly sticks now, they make the Tiger rod, which is an awesome rod.
Yeah,
you know. But the only problem with these cheaper ones is just the real seat. It's that plastic composite material, and there's a lot of play in the reel. So sometimes you got to wrap the reel seat or whatever in electric tape, and then put it in there and screw it together, and it does okay. But and a lot of times you'll pop that collar because it ain't nothing but plastic.
Yeah,
you know. But I've never had a problem with the rods. I mean, you know, an ugly stick, you ain't gonna break that thing.
No.
I've had that thing ever touching itself, and it's not gonna break.
Yeah. Because there was a time, me too, all I had was ugly sticks in my boat, but I still had and it looked so funny, but because of that plastic on the nut for the reel seat, I'd actually run the reel clamps. I would
really?
Those reel clamps on them.
Yeah.
I would just kind of snug them up just to hold them there. I'd run the reel.
Yeah. I think at one time, like I said, the reason we were ugly stick is that's what my daddy always used was ugly stick, and that's what his daddy always used was ugly stick. I think at one time, ugly stick was, I don't know about the country, but it was definitely the rod of choice in Louisiana. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's Sabrina. There's another. There's your fellow Louisianian. Her first rod was an ugly stick. So there you go. It's.
I mean, both my bait rods are, well, all three of my bait rods are ugly sticks, and then like my bumping rods are ugly sticks. My bass rods are ugly sticks. There's nothing wrong with the ugly stick at all.
I mean, for the money, you're not gonna get any better than an ugly stick.
Man, I think these rods here don't cost but like $15 maybe at Walmart.
Yeah,
it might not even be that much. You know, if you get just the rod itself. The only problem with buying them at Walmart is that you got to sift through 100 broken ones to get one that's good. You know, because nobody cares about it. But
with them in the rack.
Yeah. So there's if somebody could drop Muskrat Roger's link out there, 924 and climbing. We got to get Roger up to that 1K. Definitely, he puts the time on the water, and you know that's our that's the big thing is time on the water. That's some of the things that we've talked about a lot. We love these shows because you know we pass out a lot of information, and we'll talk about catfish. Man, if we get a Epic on here, we could talk catfish for 5-6 hours worth of information, right down to biology, and you know we want people to take that information, take in what you can, and go apply it on their own waters. And so Roger's awesome. He puts the time on the water, takes what he learns, keeps learning new stuff, and he passes it on when he's learning it. So. You know, that definitely a good channel. Got Catfish and Crappie. I mean, there's just so many awesome people out there with awesome channels.
You know, frogging season coming up, huh? It's right around the corner.
See, I hadn't gone frogging in 20 years.
Oh, we'll fix that.
I might have to fly down there for that.
You like eating them, huh?
Oh man,
everybody likes it.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, we need to link up and go. We're planning a trip up to the camp, not this weekend, but next weekend for the opening weekend. And We got a couple people from Mississippi coming, maybe one guy from Texas, and we're gonna go up there. We're gonna do a little cooking, a little frogging, maybe drink a couple cold ones and hang out for the weekend.
Well, your camp's right there in Deer Park, isn't it?
It's where you turn the check-in station on 910, I think that's what it is, Black Hawk Road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the last camp on the left before you get to the levee.
Okay. I already know where you at.
Yeah, right down from the Red River launch. That's why I fish the Red River so much, because the launch.
Yeah, because you're right there by the ramp at Kokoda.
Yeah, in that campground. Yeah.
I went to one time to go ride over there to see if I could put my boat in, but the water was really, really, really low. And about the way I had it figured, by the time I'd have got my boat off the trailer, my prop would have been in the mud on the other side.
Damn.
It was low.
Now, I've also seen it in there where you had to launch off the levee because the campground was underwater.
Yeah.
I've drove through. It was crazy to me because I drove through the campground in the boat to get out into the river.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that was 2 years ago.
Oh yeah. It stayed high, and that's one thing us river fishermen deal with is that river can be up and down 30, 40 feet from one part of the year to another. It's crazy.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, look what happened. Look what happens in 2 weeks when it starts falling hard. Yeah. You go out there and where you were anchored in 60 foot of water is rocks. Yeah. When you go out like 3 weeks later, it blows people's minds, Yeah.
Yeah. Because at a certain point, I won't put in a commercial landing anymore because it's so far down those rocks. Yeah.
It's almost to that point now.
Yeah. Well, it's getting there. It's too much. Another 5-6 foot of fall. And I ain't tearing up that trailer.
But I don't do anything. I don't do anything around that area right there in the summertime anyhow. Usually, because when they have them all closed besides the hydro, like I don't catch anything in there. I mean, you can drag baits and catch a few small ones, but you're not going to catch a whole lot right there. At least I haven't anyhow.
Current.
That's right.
It's my opinion that drives what the fish do, where they are, more than any other factor is the current.
Yeah. But I think the river cats, that's how they use the hunt. You know what I'm saying? That they stage up behind stuff out of that current and they wait for something to float by,
Absolutely. I told you that before, that I've got a really, really good places that I would bet money you've never fished before. We might have to turn the cameras off, but I'm going to take you. I'm going to show you. Yeah. You go.
Yes. Man, I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
Absolutely.
We about to go get a bite to eat.
Okay.
So I'm getting the eyes from down the hallway here. So
absolutely my honor to have you on this show, man. I can get that off the bucket list now, brother.
I appreciate it, man. And we're gonna link up and we're gonna go fishing for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And it was nice meeting you, Stan.
Hey, you too, my brother. Great. Welcome back anytime. Creole's just not going to be it's not the end of Creole and Standard Creole. Oh, no, it's just that he's not available on a regular basis. So what we'll do is once y'all get hooked up a little bit and get some things going out there, we'll have both of y'all come back on one night. I know Creole would love that. Absolutely. Definitely. But I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. Again, if y'all not with Father Slime, his link is out in the description. A bunch of people were putting your link up all night. I hope that helped you out some. We look forward to seeing more from you. And we'll definitely see you again. All right, man. Y'all take it easy. I appreciate y'all. Take it easy. Be safe, man. Later. All right. Oh. Man, I could see that smile though. Well, I mean, look, and for me, it's a really big deal because he was on YouTube before I ever got started. That is one of, if not the channel that really got me going to start filming because he was in our area. That really just set the gas for me to get out and do it, and to have him not only on the show, but I know him personally now. That's, I'm telling you, man, I was doing my best not to just geek out. Well, you did it. You did it, my brother. You made it through. I held together and I did not make myself look stupid. That's an accomplishment right there. So yeah, I hope we got his link out some and we got him going again. And like I said, I can actually check. Let's see. Hang on. Let me while we're here, I'm actually going to pull, if you want to kind of keep
Good
up
look.
with that just a little bit. I'm going to look it up and see what I know. He was at 322 before we started the show. I remember that.
Mo Barrett said the look on his face when you asked about the glizzies was priceless.
He would look at me like that. And I did that on purpose because that's the same I got the first time I heard Has say something about glizzies. I'm like, what? What is he talking about? See now, but now you know. All right, let's see here. We're gonna see. And I'm sure when people leave our stream tonight, hopefully I encourage it to go stop by his channel and go check it out. See, he's up to 331 right now. So we got him 9 subs just in the time we've been on the show. But please, y'all, go check his channel out. I mean, same area I fish, big fish in the boat, but I'm talking about no frills, bare bones, just catching fish.
Yeah,
it's
and
a channel to watch.
What I like is that I thought it was an anomaly finding you from Louisiana with that mindset. But to find, 2 and several more, and Sabrina's coming in, and when you start getting that going, that's just awesome, because I know that means a lot to you.
Yeah, it does, because for a while I really thought I was the only one for a while, and then I found him, who not only is from the same state, but our trucks parked on the side of each other at the landing half the time. He literally fishes these same spots I do, it's rare, and I know a lot of y'all guys live close together, get the opportunity to fish together and all this, and it's exciting for me because that'll be maybe my guy to go out and until some of y'all can come on down, make a little field trip out of it. I'm still holding a lot of people to that. Y'all know who y'all are.
You will definitely see me someday. It's just a matter of logistics and getting there.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm right here. My family's been on this piece of ground for almost 200 years. We ain't going nowhere.
But Creole, I just wanted to say thank you very much. This has been a blast and a half, and it's funny how we just, we were just in the show talking the one night, and somebody said, you know what, you should do the Stan and Creole show, and we were both kind of like, why the hell didn't we think of that?
Ask and you shall receive. That's how we like to do it. And look, this is not the last time I will be on this half of the screen. Trust me. Like I said, I could very well start this new job a couple of weeks in and decide, hey, my Friday nights are open. Then I'll come scooting right on back.
Yep. And that's what I was. I'm still going to be here doing the show, the Friday night show. I love it. I'm not giving up talking to people, and I love it too much. It means too much to me to sit here and talk fishing and all you great people and all my friends, and it's just, I love it. But so for the summer, it works out kind of good because there's a lot of stuff going on Friday nights. There's going to be the Iron Cats, Palmetto's Iron Cats. He's got each one separated out now, and that's going to be spaced out, and they start on Friday night. So there's some other things going on Friday nights. So on the nights where there's a big thing like that going on, I'm not going to try to split audiences and stuff. I'd rather have y'all go watch that big thing.
Exactly.
And so if there isn't anything going on that night, I'm going to give people a chance that want to come up and host that, maybe are just getting their channels going, or they're wanting their, like Avids was 3 away from 700, or
exactly,
or Parker, or anybody like that wants to come up and I'm a softie. I missed what was going on out here.
This show, I always thought of this show as like the old front porch at the house. Hey, anybody come on, sit on the porch and shoot the breeze for a while? Come on, that's what it's about?
Oh, there it is. Which one do y'all think is gonna cry? It would be me. I'm the yeah. You can put your bank on that.
And is the emotional wreck.
But yeah, that's
It'd be a totally different thing if I'm like, okay, y'all, I'm not gonna be on YouTube anymore. Trust me.
oh
Y'all
yeah.
just as sick of looking at me other places as y'all do here.
But yeah, so the summer is going to be just the Friday nights that there's nothing else, no other big tournaments and things like that. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I'm with them on that one. Yeah, Stan. Yeah, and I am too. Don't get me wrong. I am too. I'll probably just go have a good cry later. You know.
Laura says, Stan, you can keep them if you miss them enough.
Yeah. You see, I came home, I cooked supper. That is thanks I get. Man, but she did give me, man, I'm backwards. She did give me this awesome shirt, like early Father's Day present. And it has the big logo on the back. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so
got my emblem plastered all over me right now. I love it.
So that's going to be the summertime. We're going to do the Friday night show, and if Creole's available on a Friday night and he wants to come up, if like I said, I'm going to have different people coming up and talking with us just like we normally do, and that kind of thing. And so if it's something you're interested in, you want to come up one week like this and talk like Creole and I do, just get in touch with me. And that's what the summertime is going to be. I wasn't going to start a new show until the fall, and also to give you a chance to see what happens, because if you like I said, you get started and gets towards the end of summer and things are straightened out and you got your Friday nights back, bam, we just pick it right back up.
Yeah, you just never know. But basically what I'm going to do, I know me and Stan and I talked about it, before the show started, but basically what I'm going to do is, I've been working, let's say construction for over 20 years, one way or another. What I'm going to do is go and work for a contractor who does nothing but Corps of Engineer work. I'll be building levees, things like that. It's a lot of dirt work. So the schedule tends to be whatever the weather is doing. It's not a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 kind of job. It's make hay when the sun is shining. So the schedule tends to be a little inconsistent because of the type of work. They are. That's what I'm talking about. See, Sean knows what's up. Sean knows. See, Sean knows what's up. And them Cajun women, man. Whew.
And I just got a text from Dan's Creations out there, showed me what the hot dog version of the Glizzy trophy is going to be. Awesome look. It looks awesome, Dan. And as I get better at this and I finally get the computer going with the green screen and stuff, I'd be able to pop things up, but I am not there with technology yet.
Don't feel bad. I'm not there either. Don't feel bad. I think, I'm not like some of the guys that have like the double monitors and all these.
Oh my God.
Stuff.
There you go. That's exactly when Creole and I were talking about it, that was the first thing that he said to me.
Don't think that's a coincidence, Jerry. Do not think for a second that's not a coincidence. And Sabrina is right. Yes. There are pluses and minuses. And my wife definitely fits that whole bill right there. That is her in a nutshell. And I'm waiting for her to like peek her head in the door and give me the evil eye or something. I don't know. She must not be listening. I'm gonna keep like poking at her.
Oh no, she's there.
Oops, I'm in trouble. Oops. Love you, honey.
Yes, Laura, as a matter of fact, I don't know if you heard him before the show. Creole was just telling me how much you truly and dearly mean to him. You just fill his heart every single day of his life, and he just couldn't be a happier man.
Stan, you realize she can back this up and rewatch it, right?
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah. That ain't good. I appreciate it, but that's not gonna work. That ain't that. I appreciate.
But
Oh man.
Oh, that's right. I maybe could pick it up on YouTube.
Yeah, there might be a YouTube video on it. A YouTube video of how to do stuff on YouTube. Who would have thought?
That's right. That's right. But
He's trying. Trying to keep me out of trouble, but that is a lost cause. I commit to just being in trouble all the time. That way I'm not disappointed. It stays consistent. If you're just constantly in trouble, it's consistent that way. See? It makes life easier. You know what to expect.
Well, if anybody else have anything they want, any other questions they want to ask for Creole, or any other questions about the show, we're not going anywhere. Friday night's still going to be here. If there's any big thing happening, we just won't have the show. I want y'all to go watch whatever that big thing is going. And
Jerry, I saw that comment. You are not helping. You are not helping. I saw that. Not helping.
Good. I missed another one. Like the idea in that. Doesn't that sound like me, always in trouble?
Got to keep it consistent. Look, see? Not helping.
Oh, man.
No.
Yes, before I forget, yes, the Glizzy Masters tomorrow. Y'all got to check that out. It's on Has Life channel. Great bunch of people that we're going to be fishing with. We've been joking for, man, it's just been, that's what fishing is all about. You make friends and you joke around with them, and we've just been having a blast over there. Brian B. Catfishing, one of the ones that are going to be in it. He might have a little bit of experience in using Glizzies for bait up there now. So he's in the DC area up there. Got to watch out for him. We had that. He was that silent kind in the things. You got to watch out for silent kind. You got No Real Loss, Bex and Steven. Y'all can check them out. P City Smitty, who's been on, talked to him before, and Bob from Fins and Finds, and you got Judy Booty and Darla are going to be fishing in it. But when you're there tomorrow, check out, hit all them links, and because it means a lot when you're out there and you're going up and you're doing these kind of contests or tournaments or whatever you want to call it. You're out there, and it does take a lot to get out there and do it, especially if it's something that you're not used to kind of doing out there, doing that live fishing, and it kind of puts you on the spot a little bit. So that really does mean a lot when they're trying to do a lot of work to get their channels going. And man, you see just a few, you get a gain of like 10 subs at one time, or 10 family members, anchors, whatever people want. It just right, it just boosts you. It just makes you want to do even more. So.
Well, it's all about the encouragement, especially and look, and I'm still in that category, a smaller channel. Man, look, 2, 3, 4, 5 subs. Sometimes that's all it takes to really put some encouragement in somebody and have them really step up their game and put even more stuff out, man. A little bit of encouragement goes a really long way. It really does. Oh, Roger. I've got too much of a good imagination to. Yeah.
Yes, and if you're not sub to Fishing with the Chad, what are you waiting for? The Bait Shop, one of my favorite shows on YouTube.
it is always a good time in the bait shop. Always a good time. And I know Chad. Let me tell you something. I know Chad. And I know somewhere in that big old half ball head of his, I know he has got the next big thing cooking. I know he does. So I'm telling y'all go sub, y'all check it out. I'm telling you, y'all wait. It won't be long now.
Wow, Mo, that's one of the best compliments that you can give any of us. Been catfishing for 60 years and always learning from you guys.
Wow.
Thank you.
I haven't been alive 60 years.
I'm getting close to it, but
that's a long. And can you imagine? We always talk about time in the water. No, actually, Chad, that is a big bald head joke. That joke, it is a massive head joke, and I can say that.
There's D. What do you mean half bald?
Well, this half. He's got covered pretty good. It's this half that's,
Yeah, and I can't wait to fish with my good friend Judy Booty and Darla.
Here we go. Here it is.
You know me, Creole. I put my foot in my mouth on a regular basis, and I got both of them all the way in up to the knee that night with.
You know what, Stan? At least when you do put your foot in your mouth, it is golden whisker worthy blooper.
Well, this is true.
At least.
We got a bunch of people that's doing the Glizzy Masters tomorrow. Brian B. Catfishing, Fins and Finds. Bob, thank you so much. He's another one you got to watch out for tomorrow. He's fishing on new waters for himself. They've been fished, but unfished by him. So he did his wife has an out of town event, so he chose to drive with her to the event and just do the tournament from there tomorrow. So much love and respect for that.
That puts an interesting twist in it. I like it. You gotta give a guy respect for fishing new waters for a challenge.
Yes, live in front of.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, that's just awesome. But yeah, so check that.
Somebody is gonna be my hero and take like a 12-inch piece of sausage and put a big old double hook rig and just chunk it out there. Somebody's gonna do it. I challenge someone to do it. You watch. Somebody gonna make it happen. For Glizzy. Or Donkey Glizzy. There you go. Donkey Glizzy. Somebody go do it.
And there's my good friends, No Real Loss, Bex and Steven. I know they're just kind of getting into our little end of the catfishing community here, but it's been great getting to talk with them and know them. And they do some different things up there in the DC area also. They're doing their lives. So great people there. Though they might end up making a Friday night appearance here with me in one of these upcoming weeks.
Awesome. But you saw Brad's question. He's asking me who's gonna get the first blooper reel tomorrow. My money, that dude, right there.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, hey, you watch. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'll try to sit in the chair on the bank and end up.
I believe in you, Stan. I do. I believe in you. I believe you can put us a blooper in the first 10 minutes.
And speaking of that, I am fishing with a sub of mine here in the area, Austin, who was out in chat tonight. He's been he was with us one night a long time ago. We did a live at night with Stan 3, and he ended up seeing us pass there, and he came down and helped with it for a little bit.
Cool.
So and he's been wanting to go back out with us since. So Stan 3 is out of town for the weekend. So it's always I always like having that's one of the things we talk about all the time is about safety and being safe. And if you don't feel how should I say it? If you feel that having somebody there with you is the safest way to be, then you try to do that. And so
that's me 100%. Under no circumstances do I hit that river in my boat by myself. I will not do it. I will stay home if I don't have nobody else in that boat to come with me. I do not do it.
I mean, it's a little different on the bank, but still anything can happen. So, I
see Roger's comment, Creole challenge, 12-inch sausage. I tell you what we gonna do. If people are willing to do it, big old piece, double hook rig, you catch if the first person to do that catches a fish, I'll send y'all a hat. The Creole Glizzy challenge. You heard it here first.
Appreciate that, George Ray. I don't know about all that, but in my own mind, I am. That's for sure.
That is all that matters.
Let's see. Oh, there's Wild Herbs Fishing Adventures. He was on with that was Jason that was on with Brad a couple weeks ago on the show. Great to see him out there. That's awesome. Had a good one. Didn't get it on film though.
We have all had that happen. Let me tell you. I don't know how nice ones we've had, and something was wrong with the camera or something like that.
Now, this is what I love. You know what's been? People have not been talking about catching the biggest fish. Do you know what everybody is talking about? Targeting that small catfish.
Okay, all right. Drinking game. All right, everybody take a shot. That's one.
Now, we've been talking about this, and everybody has been wanting to target that small catfish. That has just been the topic of nobody's talking about which one's going to catch the biggest fish. We're just talking about who's going to be targeting that small fish and winning.
I ain't going to bother the rest of this show. You keep going, bro.
But no, seriously, that's that's what it's all about. If you
oh my God.
if you got people, we're talking about targeting the small fish, and that's right, small cat lives matter, because the prize for that small fish is 2 custom rod holders from right there.
Ooh.
That is but it's been a lot of fun. Where else do you get that? And people are challenging you. Oh yeah, you're not going to catch the small fish. I am.
Let me tell you something. This is not a discussion you hear at a weigh-in of a ditch pickle tournament. Only in the catfishing world will you hear, and I mean a serious discussion about this.
That's right, Uncle Jeep. I am the king of targeting the size-specific fish. Just ask me.
Oh, you kill me, Stan. Oh, my liver hates you.
I thought I'd sneak that one in there.
Mm-hmm. You doing it on purpose now. Oh, boy.
I love it. But this is, it's going to be a good, fun time tomorrow.
Look, I can only imagine between the smack talk and the jokes back and forth. I can only imagine. It's going to be great. I have a question about that. Has is just emceeing the event, or is he fishing in it too?
MC in the event.
Okay. Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, and Judy Booty and Darla, Palmetto actually gave up his spot so that they could fish in it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Shout out for that, because that's what we've talked about. That's what we're always about, trying to help people and give them an opportunity to. It would have been fun to fish with Palmetto, but let's face it, we've all seen a lot of Kevin.
Shots fired.
No, he knows I'm just joking.
Hey, either way, that was a good one. I like it.
But but that's pretty cool. He gave up the spot, and I've been wanting to fish with. I had a blast talking with Judy Booty today, and we were doing a bunch of back and forth this whole week, so that's been a lot of fun. Snake River says, I'll be watching all day for sure to see the smallest fish. Good luck to everyone. See what happens when you target a specific size fish?
The AA meeting starts immediately after the show, folks. Oh, man. Yeah. The truth sells.
Yeah, that's right, George. And what's going to be great, regardless of who wins, much love and respect for everybody, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If I win, that's great. If I don't catch a single fish, that's great. I'm going to be out there. It's just, I just have a blast being out there. It's just amazing how life works sometimes, and things can just, the littlest thing in your life can just turn around.
Absolutely.
Just amazing. Fins and foul, yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good.
That reminds me, Fins and Foul had his live last week, so he's getting out there and starting to do the live thing. Appreciate everybody going over there. A bunch of people went over there and checked him out there for a bit, so that was great. But there. Speaking of,
there he is.
That's right. He said that perfectly. There can only be one winner, but there are no losers. That's for sure.
I mean, look. Not only with the competitors, but for everybody hanging around in chat. I mean, it's going to be a good time. Everybody's going to laugh. I can only, because you notice all these lives where you got multiple people fishing in them. You got to pay attention, but the information that gets shared back and forth, that you pick up on, literally no losers in the audience and the competition. Oh, that good one.
And yes, Snake River, and you can. That is, he's the one that's putting up the prize for the small fish. So so I think everybody's going to be targeting that small catfish tomorrow.
You're doing this on purpose now, aren't you? On purpose.
Oh man!
Just for everybody's information, there's nothing in my cup. Not yet.
Yeah, so I've got to get going. I've got a bunch of stuff to still get ready for that. Creole, my brother, it's been my pleasure, my honor to have you as my broadcast brother. Nothing's going to change with that.
Mine too, brother.
And like I said, he's not going anywhere. He's still going to be around. And with that being said, y'all check out the Glizzy Masters tomorrow. Has Life channel. Team Stand 2 for the win. I'm sorry, what's that?
What time does it start?
9 a.m. I believe.
9 Eastern.
8
o'clock for me. 10-4.
But we're gonna jump on out of here. Creole, appreciate you.
Boom.
Everybody's had such kind words, and
oh, I know it, man. It's me right here. It really does.
And this isn't the end. It's just the beginning, and you'll see us back doing some of these every once in a while. So y'all take it easy. Appreciate you. Can't tell y'all how much what you mean to us. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We'll see y'all later.
Bon pêcher, everybody.